Welcome to afterWord, a podcast with extended conversations about topics that matter in life and in ministry. I am joined today by only the good Dr. Matt Rehrer. Where's Jeremy?
We lost him. He's gone. By the time you listen to this, he will be back.
He will be back, yes.
But he's just doing some good ministry out of the state.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we are taking some time today in light of the Thanksgiving holiday to just focus on Thanksgiving, which is always an appropriate topic. Why? Where in the scriptures is it an appropriate topic to always give thanks?
It feels like everywhere. And it's definitely the Psalms are an easy one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have layups there as we kind of get into this, but the Psalms, definitely David had a heart of thanksgiving and helps us there. Paul does too. A lot of his prayers start with thanksgiving.
Yes.
I thank my God for, and then he'll kind of go into the people he's thinking about and writing to.
Yep.
But it's all over, but it's something we have to fight for. I don't know if it's always so natural.
Yeah, amen. It's true. Yeah, I just was thinking about, I mean, anywhere you can go in the Psalms, almost anywhere, you're going to not be far away from Thanksgiving. But I like the Psalms that start out with it. So if, like, for example, in Psalm 92, it's good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night. So giving thanks to the Lord and singing praises, but giving thanks to the Lord kicks it all off, and it's good. It's always good. There's no qualifier on that for the purpose of declaring the steadfast love of the Lord in the morning and then your faithfulness by night. This is a song for the Sabbath, it says, the header. So this is especially appropriate when the people of God are gathered, both back then and then today. But I love that, to talk about and declare the steadfast love of the Lord in the morning and faithfulness by night. Why? Do you have any ideas about why steadfast love in the morning and faithfulness by night? Do you have any ideas about why that might be the ways that he arranges that?
Yeah, it seems like your gaze, both looking forward to the day and then backwards, is kind of able to give you kind of like a dual look at the Lord's character and where he has had you at during the day.
Yeah.
I think. So it seems like David does that a few times, right? Where he talks about what he's doing in the morning and then what he's doing in the evening. It seems like he positions your mind accordingly, both in expectation and then looking backwards. But
yeah, I agree. Seems like the steadfast love element is a little bit more about the covenant love of the Lord. It's almost like more promise driven. So you're looking at the day ahead and you're essentially declaring to the Lord, I'm going to trust you in your steadfast love, your covenant keeping promise love as I move through my day. And then as you were to look back on your day, faithfulness by night, you would be able to see evidences of that steadfast love throughout the day as you reflect back on it. That must be especially sweet to the Lord when the gathered church does that. You know, I just think about how sweet it is with my kids when they're, take time to say thank you. And it's not just a cursory thanks. It's a thoughtful thanksgiving. And it's just always encouraging as a dad, man, how much more with the Lord. Does any passage to you, Matt, come to mind when you think about Thanksgiving, or any particular ways that in your mind you're struck with it, especially this time of year, but just even as you think about the theological topic of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the Psalms. I think of the way I grew up, and the Psalm that I associate the most with Thanksgiving is probably just a few over from where you were at, which is Psalm 100. Because we would just, it seemed like it always came up. We would celebrate with a few families growing up because we didn't have relatives nearby. And so that one gives that same idea there of just coming in. There's a congregational element to it too, and a corporate element to it, of just giving thanks to the Lord, lots of noise and serving the Lord with gladness, coming to his presence with singing, and then knowing that he is God. There's just an acknowledgement that all of this is coming out of your theology, right? It's knowing who God is, and then you're just thankful. And I have to admit, sometimes in certain seasons, this psalm would feel almost inappropriate. We're like, how am I going to, how do I come to the Thanksgiving table and say Psalm 100 genuinely when I'm getting wrecked before I got to the table, right? Before I got to Thanksgiving meal. And he just does a good job of getting our focus, though, back on the Lord and who he is, which shouldn't change no matter what's shifting around. And he acknowledges almost with that line, we are his people and the sheep of his pasture.
Yeah.
Like we're requiring care. And then just at the end there, he's entering his gates with thanksgiving, his courts with praise, giving thanks to him, and then does very similar to what the passage you just read in 92, acknowledges the Lord's steadfast love, endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. So very much a look at his covenant, keeping love, and then acknowledging the faithfulness to all generations, backward and forward, including the future ones. So it's just a sweet little psalm. I almost had it memorized at some point, because we just said it so many times.
Yeah, it's very familiar.
So it's good.
Well, and it is. It's a bit of the Old Testament motto or slogan, isn't it? How that psalm ends. And it's very similar to Psalm 92. Actually, you know what's cool about that, Matt? What we should do sometime is take some time as a church to have every generation in our church share how God's been faithful. Like that seems appropriate there, to talk about how God's steadfast love has been enduring in their life, and then have every generation share about his faithfulness. We should do that. We should mark that down sometime.
Well, it's interesting in generations of what Thanksgiving looks like. I think about kids growing up, and the things they're thankful for are usually very much temporary, or at least things that have benefited them in some way physically.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for food. I'm thankful for clothing. I'm thankful for mom's cakes she made, or friends, my toys.
Yep.
And so there is hopefully a maturing of your thankfulness.
Yeah.
But there's also, at the same time, an opportunity to also become a complainer. As you get older, you've gone through more bad stuff, right? And you can get cynical. So I think your praise can get more mature, and you have to battle against the maturing of your cynicism too as you get older.
Yep.
As we're both solidly getting into the Middle Ages here, that's definitely something we need to be aware of. And it's sweet to hear a saint with, let's say, gray hair.
Yeah.
Or no hair, giving praise to the Lord, and it's coming with decades behind it.
Yep.
Going like, oh man, that means something coming from that person.
Yeah. They're battle tested. They've been through a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the accent of their life is, man, God's good. Man, he's been faithful. Yeah, I love to see the older generation sound the praises of the Lord in that way. I think about, like a guy like Bill Hartung, Jim Bothell, these guys who are just senior saints in our church who are titans. And I think one of the reasons why is because everybody knew that they were rejoicing in the Lord. They were giving thanks to the Lord anytime they could. And it was sweet to see them doing that, even as advanced in years as they were, right? It just was so good to see them aging in grace that way and giving thanks to the Lord.
Have flowers,
yep.
I mean, you'd sitting on the front row going through in pain and giving praise to the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
So I think there is a maturing of your Thanksgiving through the years.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's really sweet to see. And I think it means something to the Lord too. I think it's part of the maturing process, right?
Well, maybe there's even a good encouragement here for those of you who are listening or watching. Take some time this Thanksgiving at the table, maybe with your meal. I don't know who you're going to be eating with. I mean, we know people in our church, Matt, who are eating with not just their, you could say nuclear family, but they're eating with maybe extended family members, or maybe they don't have much family around, and so they're going to eat with maybe some friends or maybe some church brothers and sisters. But there's a way to take some time and just even around the table maybe, or that day, Thanksgiving Day, and just think about this refrain right here. How has God's steadfast love endured in your life? And how has his faithfulness been good to you, been seen to be good and faithful? And recount the ways. It would be good, actually, just thinking about Psalm 100 at the end, faithfulness to all generations. I mean, frequently at Thanksgiving, there's around the table, almost every generation. And so take some time to give thanks to the Lord and to reflect on his faithfulness. I think that'd be a really, really sweet way to maximize some of the Thanksgiving holiday for the Lord in a way that pleases him. Speaking of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving traditions. Okay, so this is pivoting. We're not going to pivot quite as hard as we pivoted in Halloween. Well, we got a little sideways on that one.
Whoever didn't visually see the YouTube of me, I was looking pretty good on Halloween, I must admit, with my baldness.
Yeah, the ageless one. Yeah, that was remarkable.
Yep.
Yeah, we're hoping that Taylor doesn't put us in like some kind of pilgrim costume or something, So let's not have that happen. But Okay, but Thanksgiving traditions, not as many maybe as like Christmas and Halloween. But I do think it's worth discussing because I think a lot of families maybe, or some families, I don't know what the number is in our church, may not have given much thought to Thanksgiving. It's just all about, turkey, stuffing, and football. And that would be a very great thing to do living in America. But what else can we do by way of just maximizing Thanksgiving, or what are some Thanksgiving traditions that are worth keeping and some that aren't? But I want to ask you before we get any kind of serious discussion going. So food staples for Thanksgiving. What are food staples for you? Like, what are the non-negotiables at Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I mean, we are definitely going turkey.
Okay.
We were just discussing the bacon wrapped concept. Let's just take a big slabs of bacon, just wrap our turkey in it. We don't do that yet, but I'm bringing it.
I don't know if anybody's doing that. If anybody's doing bacon wrapped turkey, it's time to share the recipe.
Brilliant.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So no, not doing that.
Okay.
I have had turkey many ways on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We've done the deep fried turkey,
you have
barbecued turkey.
Did you deep fry it yourself?
No, that was my dad did that one.
Wow, man.
I was not as adventurous, but But people
Blow
have
up your
done
house.
turkey in many different ways, but still it is the turkey.
Okay.
So that would be a non-negotiable. And then the mashed potatoes.
Stuffing?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a stuffing guy.
I used to not be. I've grown into that.
Yeah.
Maybe my taste buds don't work well anymore.
Well, is it a bit of an old man thing?
I don't know. If it is, it's aging me because I'm eating it. So yeah, all that would be really good. And
all right.
What about you? Because you're now gloppy. Is the mashed potato on your plate?
Mashed potato barely passes. Yeah, it's true. And some people's mashed potatoes don't. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, someone's going to yell at me for this, but some people put stuff in the mashed potatoes to make it extra creamy, slimy. Like I think if I recall, somebody put some kind of cream in there. Like that's a pass.
Okay.
That's a hard pass. I just read in some publication that mid-century Jell-O salads are coming back. So the next gen is making Jell-O stuff, but they're inserting all kinds of like healthy things like fruits and like different kinds of seeds to get your protein in there with Jell-O. Okay, that's going to be a hard pass. That's going to be a party foul, a Thanksgiving foul for sure. Not doing any of that. Cranberry. That you literally crack the can, pop the lid off, and you dump on your...
And it has the little rings still implanted in it on the side. Where you're like, that's definitely not natural.
And you pick it up to pass it, and it's like wiggly jiggly.
Yeah, you don't go for that?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Just absolutely
We've gone away from that one.
You've gotten away from cranberry?
Yeah, I don't think last year we even had the jiggly cranberry.
No, there are devotees out there big time. And it's an absolute marvel to me that anybody would like that. But green bean casserole, slam dunk. Right kinds of mashed potatoes, yes. Turkey, dark meat, not light meat. A little bit light meat with a lot of gravy. And then Martinelli's.
Okay.
Do you guys do Martinelli's?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
That's on the possibilities.
Many bottles. In fact, I like to think that we have too many bottles.
Okay.
And so then you can have a glass throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like you can just kind of keep working that.
What's the earliest you can have a glass of Martinelli's?
Oof.
Like, is this like an 8 a.m. thing?
Yeah, you want to be careful not to have it for breakfast.
It doesn't sound quite right to me.
It's not a breakfast beverage, no. So I think you want to, ideally, you're saving it for the table. So your first sip is when do you have Thanksgiving, by the way? What time of
day? We basically try to fast all day.
Okay.
With a little bit of munching around lunch that doesn't count. And then we eat at like 4 o'clock. Yeah. So that you're like really able to go for it.
It's like no man's land.
It's not even senior discount time.
Yeah, why are we?
It's 4 o'clock. It's just
we do the same.
I don't know
why.
Because I'm so hungry at that point, I can't wait any longer.
I know, but why has that come down to us as an inherited tradition that you have to eat in the middle of no man's land? Like we've eaten Thanksgiving dinner at 3, which is like so bizarre. It interrupts your lunch schedule, your dinner schedule, your nap schedule, your football schedule. It hamstrings your day. But we do it. Yeah, so we do the same. So we'll do like a little snicky snack thing and then queue ourselves up for the big meal. But it is a puzzle to me. I don't know why we wait so long, but not quite long enough. But yeah, the Martinelli's, if you break that out right during the meal, it seems like that's when it really shines. Any Thanksgiving traditions that you guys do? Like, do you guys do like touch football or football or? We
have at different points. Depends on how many people are there. If we can get enough of a game, otherwise it's it's not enough to make it exciting. So we're just throwing the ball at that point.
Yeah.
We do a thankful tree. So
A thankful
which
tree.
we actually are already working on. So during the course of the month, there's little leaves that you can like press and put onto a tree that have like stuff you're thankful for.
No kidding.
So we've been already
Like an advent
decorating
calendar
our tree.
feel or
It's
something?
almost like, the Thanksgiving tree
Yeah.
is like the advent
But
calendar.
you're adding
of
to it
Christmas.
instead of like taking down the
Yeah,
number.
you're adding stuff you're thankful for as you're going along.
okay.
So all the families filling out leaves and putting them on there. And,
Okay.
so we
That's
do
a good
that.
idea. Yeah.
And then we definitely read. I think I've continued this tradition. We always read Psalm 100 on Thanksgiving. I've continued that
do?
tradition. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And we'll have a time where everybody just gives something that they're thankful for to the Lord as we go around the table. And so it's just a sweet day. It's very relaxed.
Yeah. That's
I don't
good.
feel like Christmas feels sometimes a little frenetic in the beginning of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanksgiving, it's slower.
Yep.
And so it's good. It's an opportunity to meditate on the Lord there and
Yeah.
times. What about you guys?
Yeah, we've done different things. So when we have Thanksgiving at our house, it's typically extended family, and then it'd be great if we could have some extra folks over. It's not always been the case. We've had like a lot of space to do that. I mean, we could put people in the backyard and shove them out in the street and stuff like that, but around the table. So it does limit some of who we can have because our family is not super small. It's not massive. And we've done different things. So like we've done little ways that we express Thanksgiving around the table too, which I've always been grateful to do that. I think we'll do that this year. But yeah, other times, like when my folks did Thanksgiving, it was always great because you don't realize how much work Thanksgiving is to host.
Oh, so
Holy
much.
moly. Yeah. I mean, it's so great to just show up at someone's house and eat all their food and watch some of their TV and then walk away, but I'm learning now, like, oh yeah, this is good. It's good to host. It's good to see how much work it is. And so we'll probably eat mid-afternoon and then we'll hang out for a little while, not super late. And then people will leave. But I like the idea that you guys have the Thanksgiving tree. That's a great idea. I love our Thanksgiving Eve service too. So that's become a tradition of ours as well. In fact, so much so, Matt, that like when we do Thanksgiving and we go to an extended family's house, maybe down in LA or somewhere else, I really struggle with not being at that Thanksgiving Eve service. So I actually have sent the family on to wherever we're going for Thanksgiving, and I've stayed behind just to be a part of the service for Thanksgiving Eve, and then I'll take off and bomb down to LA or out to wherever.
Yeah,
because I don't want to miss that service. I love that our church family has a chance to be able to give thanks. And that's historically now revolved a little bit more around baptisms. Maybe it's always been like that. I don't know. But I've loved the fact that we've been able to do baptisms and see all these reasons to give thanks centered on the gospel and on gospel transformation. So that's another tradition for us, I think.
Do you guys incorporate singing at all? I don't know if I was trying to think through. Because Thanksgiving Eve, primarily the ways that Thanksgiving Eve works, it's largely around singing, baptisms, and I don't know if you call it a homily or almost a devotional
like a
style.
Devo.
Which is really sweet for people to just be able to walk through and put them in that mindset.
Yep. It's only an hour because there's kids there. Yeah.
But it's definitely, Thanksgiving does evoke the desire to sing, right?
Yeah.
It's just part of your kind of overflow of your heart.
Yep.
Psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, they start coming out of you.
But I don't know that we sing actually on Thanksgiving.
I don't think so either. Christmas seems to have
Probably
more.
should. Yeah, Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt, on this one too, revolving around Thanksgiving, there is a growing kind of devious, maleficent kind of intrusion of Thanksgiving being swallowed up by Christmas. So I obviously, you can tell by my adjectives what I think of it, but have you had any like immersion of or emergence of Christmas at your home yet?
I mean, it
Decor,
almost sounds like heresy,
music.
but no, we hold the line. So
Okay, good.
we start the Christmas music literally the next day.
Yeah, the next day. That's
and
right.
we have something in our house called the Christmas kickoff. So we do a whole thing the next day.
Oh, you do?
Usually an evening thing. And
Okay.
so the music is going and we're good to go.
Yeah.
But we hold the line. I know not everybody does.
Yep.
No decorations for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling the bin out.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
That has not happened before Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
So no, we hold the line on that.
Okay, it's definitely growing though. I mean, even in staff meeting, we asked about that, and I don't know how many hands went up. How many hands went up on that?
Not a lot, but there's a few.
That's probably about right. I would say. Would you say a quarter of our folks?
Yeah, it seems like it's almost to them. It's Halloween now.
Yes,
Halloween's
right.
done. I'm
Yeah,
but what about Thanksgiving, guys?
I know.
But economically, that's what's out in the stores now. So you just go trying to shop now, and it's like, I'm looking for my Thanksgiving pumpkins and I'm getting wreaths.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
What's going on here?
I know. And Black Friday's now in August and everything else. So I'm like, man, it's tough. Yeah, I had a child request last night for Christmas music to be played. Ooh. And so I paused on it and I didn't do it. We had other music playing. This is after dinner, people are doing homework, stuff like that. And then quietly, I played it. And when I played it, I'm like, I think I'm caving in. Like, I think that there's no going back.
You just lost a little piece of your soul.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
I know.
I do feel a little guilty. Publicly confessed. All right. We're hearing you.
Oh.
But it is obviously not in the Bible.
Nope, not in the Bible.
And, I mean, the other thing, it's so funny. It's helpful with the holidays, right? Because it does help us draw our mind to specific aspects, whether it's Christmas and the birth of Christ or the resurrection of Christ at Easter. Thanksgiving, it's like, hey, look, it's not the only time of year that we're supposed to be thankful. Clearly, it's not a seasonal Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But it's just a good callback, right?
Yeah.
So these are all just kind of fun social rules that we make up.
Yep.
But for the believer, it is helpful to be like, all right, you know what? The call is here to be thankful, and that you might be checking yourself going like, actually, have I been thankful about anything recently? Yeah. Or have I just been complaining like and really struggling or really working through something? So it's just a good call.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Even the historical context of, the original Thanksgiving and all that entailed, historically, they gave thanks, the Pilgrims gave thanks in light of some massive loss. I mean, they just incurred massive losses. And so the idea of giving thanks for some of our folks is easy because it's been a relatively quiet or even prosperous year. And so praise the Lord for that. Give thanks for that. But this holiday is kind of meant to remind us, and it is a national holiday. For the believer, it should evoke this concept of giving thanks even for the hard things. And so, yes, we can laugh about the Thanksgiving traditions that we do and the incursion of Christmas into Thanksgiving and blah, blah, blah. But I think the thing we want to end with here is what can we maybe even give thanks for in light of what God's brought us through that has been difficult or that has been hard. And that would actually sink up into I think some of the original purpose for Thanksgiving. Even thinking about, was it Lincoln, President Abraham Lincoln, who issued the Thanksgiving Proclamation? I think he did, in the middle of the Civil War. And so this particular holiday, different than maybe some of the others, although Easter, the ultimate suffering and then ultimate victory of the crucifixion and the resurrection. But Thanksgiving actually is meant to remind us of, we need to give thanks in all things, even in the things that have been difficult. And so maybe that's another way for us to consider how we can be thankful moving into this next week, this season, is to think about, man, what are the things we can give thanks to the Lord for? How has he been good? How has his love endured in life in light of the things he's brought us through? And that would be not just probably a time for Thanksgiving. It would also be probably a time of sweet reflection. Maybe for some of us, some reflection over the year in ways that would drive us to tears, drive us to our knees, drive us to fresh dependence on the Lord. And even then fresh hope that God will continue to sustain us. So maybe if that's where some of you are at right now who are listening or watching, you can be aware that would be in long-standing continuity with the origin of this holiday and how it is that Thanksgiving really probably bears the best fruit. And then for the rest of us who are not in that place, praise the Lord, and we can just thank the Lord for all the good things he's entrusted to us that have been sweet. So yeah, that's good, Matt. Thank you for this idea. This was your idea to do a podcast on Thanksgiving. I think it's super appropriate.
I'm just apparently loving the holiday podcast. So
that's right.
I don't know what I'm about to look like on AI. Thank you, Taylor. Please, no pilgrims.
Or just put a hat on him at least this time.
Oh, man.
Cover his head. Or put sunscreen on.
Yeah, at least cover the baldness. Man.
Anyway. All right. That's good. Well, thank you so much, Matt. That's good for us to set our hearts and our minds, I think, in a good direction heading into Thanksgiving. So hope you enjoyed this podcast episode of afterWord, an extended conversation about topics that matter in life and ministry. And as we're moving into the holidays, these kinds of things are timely and helpful. Thanks, Matt.
Yep. Thank you.